Hi guys. Today I want to talk about lessons that we can learn from the elderly. Mixed views on the elderly, which is funny because any group of people will have good people and bad people regardless of gender, race, religion, or age, or profession. So do keep this in mind. I personally love talking to elderly people. I think that they have so much wisdom to share. And not only that, but when they can tell you're truly listening and interested in what they have to say, they light up. And if you think about it, some might become invisible as they age, Nobody goes wow when they walk into a room. And everybody, might assume that any story they tell will be long-winded and therefore not even approached to listen. I think that if you want to brighten your day, go up and talk to an old person. And if they're rude, that's hilarious. Let it be funny. Anybody can be rude, especially if they're having a bad day. So we all have those days where we're like not ready to connect with people, and that is perfectly okay. And I urge you to give people grace if that is the case when you approach them, especially because it doesn't have anything to do with you. If you think about it, when you're in a pissy mood and you're coming up and somebody's walking by you, no matter who it is, you're going to be pissy. So grant yourself that humanhood and grant that for them too. So the elderly. One of the biggest lessons is something that I call the path of least regret. And it's a beautiful thing to read books, to watch videos, to listen to others speak about their regrets or their decisions and how they influence their life. I personally prefer to listen and learn than to go through it myself if it's something that I know I will regret. So the elderly people have a lot of life experience and oftentimes have messed up and have something to say about it. So elderly people, you, anybody, but I'm speaking of them specifically because they have more years for that culmination of knowledge. So what I call the path of least regret is either really what I do is I imagine myself on my deathbed. Let's just say 100, because why wouldn't I try to make it there? As long as my health span is as good as my lifespan, which I do aim for. Quality of life. That is much more important than the years you have. Anyways, path of least regret. I'm on my deathbed. I'm super duper old. And I'm looking back at life. When I make a decision, I come from this perspective, among others. But this has been one of the greatest tools I've come across or discovered for myself, because it brings you to that more subconscious, wise, true version of yourself. Not the one that's concerned with how you appear or how your career makes you seem smart or how success is of utmost importance. No, you're coming from this place of, when I'm old, I know what I will value most is family, experience, memories, joy, and the impact that I've made, the positive impact that I've made on people throughout my life. And knowing that I did everything I could to touch people's lives for the better. So when I ask myself, should I take off this Friday to drive down to see my family this weekend and, miss a day of work? Yes. Yes. And I will not regret it for a second. Same goes for choosing your life partner or choosing your place of education, where you live, where you work. All of these big decisions is something that you should consult your older self for. Just that perspective is very powerful when it comes to getting to know yourself and discovering what matters to you and how you can follow the path of what matters to you. So that is one of the greatest tools I can give to you. And yeah, go chat with an elderly person. See how you can make their day and how it makes your day to make their day. I think they also teach us to let go of vanity, because no matter how beautiful you are now, no matter how successful you are now, when we inevitably age, as everyone does, you'll see that you often get overlooked. There's this adorable lady at the gym. She's like 90 something. I'm not even gonna try to guess, but she comes in with her nurse and she's absolutely adorable, nice and spunky, and she comes in to move her body, and I respect that so much, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Same with your mind. Anyway, I always, have a mini conversation with her, and it's always lovely. But one day I talked to her nurse, and she said, "Do you know that she used to play piano in Carnegie Hall?" Excuse me? That's incredible. But nobody takes a moment to listen to her about her life experiences, which is wild. Why are we overlooking all of these beautiful life experiences and lessons that are on our fingertips if we just choose to have that conversation? So that's another thing. Nobody should be overlooked, not the elderly, not a person that maybe your automatic thoughts deem to be someone who would be unhelpful to you. There is always something that someone else has to teach us, especially when they annoy you, because when they're annoying you, that tells you more about you than it tells you about them. It tells you what bothers you, and really, if you look more deeply, why. Is it something that you do that you don't like that you do? Is it something that you used to do that you're embarrassed about? Which you shouldn't be, because the fact that you're embarrassed means that you've grown so much. Well done. My neon tie-dye ass middle school phase, hilarious. Wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm sure in 20 years I'm gonna look back at this and be like, damn, not proud of that. But I'm proud of myself for doing something to make people's lives better, because that's all I care about. I care about helping you be healthier, helping you be happier, helping shift your perspectives, helping you be more mindful, and helping you lead a more fulfilling life. So in order to do that, you kind of have to figure out what you want first, or else you're just aimlessly wandering and you'll never actually be satisfied with anything, because you never defined what your goal was in the first place. So take today for me and put the phone away, put everything away, and sit with yourself. I don't care if it's 5 or 10 minutes. Probably 10, because the first 5 you're still going to be running and gunning in the mind. But to sit with yourself and just have that forced idle time is so powerful for the ideas that come to mind, for the insights about yourself and your past and how you can heal from them. Another great tool is freeform journaling. So you could think it's totally stupid, and you could be writing, this is totally stupid. As long as you're writing every thought that you're having, it kind of slows down the process and allows you to have more control over your thoughts instead of those automatic negative thoughts or ones that you can't control. And I always say you are not responsible for your first thought, but you are for your second thought. You have control over that. So as long as you're mindful of what's going on inside your head, and if it's a negative thought, you are making the conscious choice to not believe that or to shift that into a positive thought, you will see incredible growth in so many ways. So taking time to just be inside your mind is an incredibly powerful tool. And I think that's another reason why the elderly are so wise. They didn't grow up with all of these technological advancements and have Google at their fingertips to answer their every question. They sat and they wondered. And there's something beautiful to the wondering and to not having answers at your fingertips, because the only person that can answer anything about you is you. And the only way to answer those questions and to come up with those questions is to look deeply within. So even if you do so aimlessly, make time for idleness. If you're not good at just sitting there, make time for free flow journaling. And if you're more of a person that likes to talk things out, I'm happy to listen. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day and pretend you're old.